Assalamu alaikum wa barakatuh.
Yeah, so I know that the first day of Shawwal, I am not allowed to fast for whatever reason, whether it is for the purpose of paying back my missed fast or on a voluntary basis. But what if I'm in a situation where I'm in a country, as for my case, I'm in an island city-state, where it is still the month of Ramadan, that is 30th of Ramadan, but the neighboring countries are already celebrating the first day of it, which is 1st of Shawwal, and I'm intending to travel to a border town of that neighboring country, which they have already celebrated the 1st of Shawwal, and I'm still fasting. And by the time, if I were to reach to that intended destination, is it perfectly fine for me to still keep on fasting? Jazakumullah khair.
Wajazakum. First of all, the issue of fasting and breaking your fast for Eid is dependent on sighting of the moon. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wasalam, in an authentic hadith, fast when seeing it, that is the crescent, and break your fast, that is for Eid, when you see it. That is a crescent as well. And he also said, alayhi salatu wasalam, the day of fasting is the day when you all fast. And the day of Eid is the day when you all celebrate Eid. So you're part of the community and you cannot go against them. If you are in a country, you fasted the 28th, the 29th, and then they said, oh, tomorrow is Eid. Then you have to celebrate Eid with them because you're in the country. And if there is an adjacent country that fasted 29th and the 30th, they still fasted it. Unlike your country, they did not celebrate Eid. This is their right. They have to fast because they are in that country and everybody else is fasting on the 30th. Now the question is, if I fasted the 28th and the 29th in my country, and just before sunset, I traveled to this country and I reached there and they are fasting the 29th like my country. The following day, they said, today is 30th, we're fasting. While my country said, today is Eid, we're not fasting. Who should I follow? You should follow the country you are in at the moment with the Muslims who are fasting, and you must fast with them. The only time that you may skip fasting is if you were in your country on the 29th and the sun had set, and then they said, oh, we see the crescent. Alhamdulillah, Ramadan is over, tomorrow is Eid. So now for you in your country, Eid has been established. And 5 minutes later, you take a plane and you move to the other country. And they say, tomorrow is 30th, we're fasting. In this case, you don't fast. Why? Because it is Eid for you, khalas. Ramadan is over. And you saw the crescent with the people who are celebrating Eid. When you go to a country that are fasting, you cannot fast with them. But don't show them that you're celebrating Eid because you will go against all of them. Rather, pretend that you are fasting and actually it's your first day of Eid and Allah Azza wa Jal knows best. Is it prohibited to celebrate Eid after a relative's death? The relatives mourn on Eid rather than celebrating, and people visit their house to remind them of their tragic loss. Is this per the Quran and the Sunnah? First of all, a person in Islam is entitled to mourn the deceased. What does that mean? We're humans and we feel sorry for our loss when a loved one dies. So Islam permits you and I to mourn. Sheikh, I feel sorry for the death of my brother or my father for more than 2-3 years. You mean that I'm sinful for that? Akhi, feeling sorry, feeling sad is different than mourning. Mourning is to avoid things that are halal during the mourning period. So I'm mourning a deceased of mine. I don't want to put any perfume. I don't want to eat sweets or delicious food because I don't feel like it, as a form of expressing my sorrow for the deceased. This is permissible only for 3 days and nights. After that, this becomes prohibited. Why? Habiba, may Allah be pleased with her, the mother of the believers, when her father Abu Sufyan died, she ordered her maid to bring her some perfume on the end of the 3rd day. And she put some of it on her hair and face. And she said to those around her, Wallahi, I don't need to put perfume. But because I heard the Prophet say, alayhi salam, that it is not permissible for a Muslim to mourn more than 3 days, except for a widow mourning her husband for 4 months and 10 days. That's the only exception. But you and I, we can mourn people, loved ones, for 3 days, meaning avoid putting perfumes, avoid celebrations, attending weddings, Eid celebration. In this case, only for 3 days. So if your father died a week ago and today is Eid, you don't have the right to say, I'm not celebrating Eid. I'm not attending weddings. I'm mourning my father. No, this is haram. You have only 3 days, and that is